Hello. This has been a story I've been afraid to tell. I don't want to needlessly antagonize myself for no reason. I don't want to go against the popular kids. That's proven to be highly stupid. So I've sat with this truth for months out of fear. And then the past 2 weeks, I've just been thinking, what would your mom say? What would your mom tell you to do? She would tell me to come from love and not fear. And my mom would also say that not sharing spicy gossip is morally wrong. And I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to go to hell. I already feel that I'm on the precipice of being a demon, and I don't want to go any further with that. So therefore, someone in the vlog squad hates me, and I'm ready to tell my truth. It was February 14th. 2019. I flew to Los Angeles for the first time in my entire life. Wow! I didn't sleep the whole night before. I dressed up like a red demon and everyone was weirded out. I can confirm that I did have a moderate to severe nervous breakdown the first day I was there. You know, a fair amount of fetal position sobbing. But, I ordered a very high quality pizza, fell asleep at 6 p.m. and it was great. The next day, February 15th, 2019. I wake up with spring in my step. Los Angeles, this is where the stars are. Bright lights, big city, Hollywood sun. That's showbiz, baby. I go onto Instagram. I spy on Trisha Paytas' Instagram stories. She has posted something about Jason Nash. Now, I had unfollowed Jason because my blind loyalty knows no bounds. And at this point, Trisha and Jason were no longer together. But because of my bleak desire to spy on people on social media that I don't actually know, I then went to Jason Nash's stories to see if he had posted anything about Trish. He had not. He had, however, posted something else. A beckoning, some would say. This is where it all began. This beckoning. It was a casting call for people who wanted to be in the vlog. It was 9:30 a.m. when I saw this post. The audition was to be held at 10:30 a.m. I looked up where it was being held. It was 10 minutes from the place I was staying. I was like, oh my God, the serendipity of this moment. What are the chances? I've never seen anything like this before from any other YouTuber. A casting, and what are the chances that it would happen the first day, that I'm in LA and 10 minutes away from the place that I'm staying and that I would see in the morning? I don't wake up in the morning. I wake up at 1 p.m. at the earliest. So the fact that 9:30 a.m., kudos to me for only sleeping for 15 hours and actually waking up in the morning for the first time in 7 years. I don't think it's a stretch for me to think that this was my destiny. Now, I'm a logical girl. As frivolous and absurd and large as I may seem, on some level, I still live in reality. I know that my vibe is likely not the Vlog Squad's vibe. You know, I don't have a license, I don't drive, so I would immediately crash any vehicle that I were to receive. Pretty sure that I just don't meet the requirements, you know. But that's okay! This is an experience! What are the chances? You gotta listen to fate. I am thrilled. There's a spring in my step, I hop into the shower, I have the speediest shower of all time. Here's something you need to know about me, I'm extremely slow. I'm a mosier, you know what I mean? I cannot walk with my friends because they get so annoyed by how slow, and I will not speed up. I like to mosey in everything I do. It takes me minimum 3.5 hours to leave the house because I refuse to be hectic in any sense. Everything must be a mosey. This shower, my mom would be so impressed. It was so to the point. There was very little lingering. I can't say none because my mission in life is to take breaks. I'm very good at taking breaks. If there's not a break every 45 to 50 seconds, I can't even fathom how I would function. Just the thought alone brings me to the verge of tears. Anywho, I zoom on over, Uber on over, right? I get there on time. What? Never done that before. Everything's looking up, Emilia. Or is it? There was a long line, my dudes. A long line. It was coming out of the building. So I get in line. The sweetest thing begins to occur. Not just with me, but with everybody in this line. The people closest to each other start making friends. You know what I mean? Human connection. Hey, how you doing? What brings you here today? What is your thing? And why are you doing? How is audition and what is now? I don't know how small talk works, but I attempted. We don't know each other. We don't know what's coming. All we know is we want to be seen and we want to be heard. And we're standing there with hope in our hearts, hoping that David Dobrik thinks we're cool or something. Okay. It was only Jason Nash that had posted this, and I naively only expected him to be there. But no. We started hearing rumblings from the front of the line that the whole squad was seated inside. You weren't just becoming a dancing monkey for Jason Nash. You were becoming a dancing monkey for the squad. And then something thrilling happens. A member, an integral member of the squad, comes out and starts talking to every person in the line. It was both invigorating and terrifying. You know, you're watching this person that you've watched for so long. You've seen intimate details of their life. This was only the third YouTuber I've ever met. I was scared because this person is coming closer and closer to you and you're hearing their conversations. It seems as though this vlog squad member was tasked with going through the line, asking people what their talents were and what they were going to do in their audition, because it seems like way more people had showed up than they expected, and they're trying to weed out the flops. So we're all overhearing the conversations, and we realize you have to sell yourself to this vlog squad member in order to be able to meet the rest of the squad, in order to be able to get your audition in the first place. Me and my small talk aficionados were becoming terrified. What are we going to say? You know, there are people in the outskirts of our small talk circle. They had talents. One person could bend over backwards and, you know, walk on top of snakes or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying close attention. I was just thinking about myself. What am I going to say? I don't have a talent. Sure, I can sing, but not in an impressive way. I can play the auto harp, which if you look closely, requires no skill whatsoever. I can whistle. I can whistle like a songbird, some would say. But you know what? The art of whistling is not as impressive as it used to be back in the 30s. That was, you know, I'm trying to avoid giving away the fact that I have eternal life and that I can never die, but I'm just saying the 30s, man. I mean, people talk about the depression, but I mean, I'm just saying. When it went into depression, the high points feel so much higher. Charlie Chaplin sings you a tune with a tiny mouth shape. It makes you feel alive, so much more alive than, you know, climbing a mountain, ecstasy tablets, what have you. This vlog squad member reaches me. And as soon as I look into their eyes, I can just feel this person is not as inherently cozy as I would have expected from watching the vlogs. This person had a task in this moment and was there to complete this task. I looked into their eyes and immediately became more scared than I was before. I felt like, you know, rightly so, that they were judging me. You know, their job was to judge who they thought was going to be good out of this line and bring them back. And they were going to be judged on who they brought back. So, you know what I mean? They had a job to do. So they asked me, what is your talent? What are you going to do for the squad? And I say, be an unsettling fat lesbian. It didn't go over well. Let's just put it that way. The cold blankness that I saw in this person's eyes, there was no delight, and rightly so. I'm not saying that my answer warranted any kind of delight. If I'm being honest about my answer, it warranted pure annoyance. I'm being completely honest. I think that is my talent, and I think it is a talent, and I think I'm perfecting it. I could tell this person did not agree. They were very cold and did not crack a smile, just looked at me with a piercing stare of disapproval that I have never seen in my entire life and still to this day have never experienced. I almost was highly respected because it was so to the point without any words needing to be said. They did not say a word, did not respond. They looked me in my eye, nodded exactly like this, and then turned to the next person and went about their job. After they went by, and I have to say, every person before me and every person after me went a lot better than my interaction did. And afterwards, you know, sometimes I feel I can interpret things, you know, I can be sensitive. Especially sensitive to rejection or people not warming to me. So I asked my fellow small talk comrades and I said, hey, howdy, hey, did they hate me? And they were like, yeah, they hated you. They palpably hated you. It was confirmed by everyone who could overhear the conversation. So that was comforting in a way to know, okay, I'm not crazy. That person definitely hated me. So that was just a great start to the whole ordeal. Finally, after maybe an hour and a half of waiting, we get into the building. I suppose the vlog squad changed their mind about cutting people and they were going to try to see as many people as they could possibly see within a window. We have to write our names down in some kind of computer log system. I had no idea any of this was so high tech. I've never done something like this before. I've never done an audition. What would I audition for? Kelly Osbourne when she had a mental breakdown in 2004? No, there's no roles. I sit down. The nerves are starting to become uncomfortable. My heart is racing. My palms are sweating. I'm sitting on a weird chair in a windowless room with all these other people around me. I'm starting to feel like the camaraderie that was once in the line outside has immediately dissipated. The insufferable energy was just too much. I am insufferable. And as an insufferable person, I can say with authority, the amount of insufferability, it was too much for one space to contain. We all want to be seen, and the desperation of being seen was too high. So I start sinking away in the corner. Turns out Jason Nash is the one calling people into the room. Jason Nash looks at the high-tech bibbidi-bobbidi log thing and says, Emilia fart? Now this immediately terrifies me because the only reason Jason Nash would know who I am is because I have made, at minimum, 25 very unsettling videos about his then ex-girlfriend, Trisha Paytas. The only reason why I can fathom Jason Nash would know who I am is because he was there at one of the times when Trisha Paytas saw one of my videos and was weirded out. If Trisha Paytas was watching a very, very weird video that I had made about her, out of love and high respect, but very creepy nonetheless. If she had either watched a video while he was present or mentioned, there's this girl, Emilia Fart, who terrifies me to my core, how did that conversation go? That's not a good first impression. You know what I mean? He says, Emilia Fart, is Emilia Fart here? I say, oh no. And then the reality has hit me, okay. And I say, is me. He was very kind. Did not let on the highly embarrassing way he likely knew who I was. He said, oh, Emilia, come on in. You know, we got Emilia Fart. I'm like, oh no. He brings me into the room. He introduces me very kindly and very lie-y that I am Emilia Fart, a big YouTuber. I say, Jason, that's obviously a lie. But you know, he was being nice and trying to inflate my sad, unsettling ego. The person who I met in line, who did not care for me, was not in the room during the audition. Who was in the room was David Dobrik and Jeff. This was a tiny room and they were behind a table and there was bright lights and they were filming and I was scared. When I get nervous, my mouth starts to twitch uncontrollably. And oh, how it twitched. You know how an ostrich, when they get scared, they stick their head in the sand? I wear a boa all the time except when I'm having a bubble bath. So what I do when I'm scared is I wrap the boa around my head to protect myself as though I'm a lot more hidden. I'm aware of the stupidity of this action, but I did immediately do it. I said, okay, I'm scared, you guys. They were mad nice. David Dobrik was like, I get it. It's a weird scenario. I was like, no, but here's the thing. I don't know where I am. I just make videos on my phone and I have him pay my friend in beer to stand there and hold the phone while he's on his phone, not even looking at me. And I pop out from behind trees and then I'm looking at their faces, these faces that I've watched for like years. And they're just there, but they were so nice. Like, no, that's what we do too. We're just filming with friends. It's all nothing. Like, everyone's just, you know, we don't know what we're doing. They were very, like, nice and, you know, trying to comfort me. Obviously, it didn't work. You know, I'm terrified and high strung. And I have the boa around my face like I'm a lion. You know, I'm trying to have it give me power. It wasn't working at all. I start spinning around. No, and I think anybody who was in that room would agree, it was a horrible time for one and all. I was very uncomfortable. And then that was radiating radiating throughout the room into the souls of everyone there. You know, it's not a good time for anyone. I needed to get out of there. Luckily, I didn't. And Jason Nash, he was very nice, obviously. He wanted to do a bit of improv with me. Who can't come up with a scene on the top of their head, you know? What does that take? Very little skill. Except I have no skill. So here's what happened. Jason Nash. He says, okay, Emilia, we're going to do some improv now. He hands the camera to someone and says, film us. We're going to do improv. He says, okay, Emilia, we're at a coffee shop. I just ordered an iced coffee. What did you get? I don't know how this works. I don't know where I am. Where am I? What am I doing? What has happened? 24 hours ago, I was in Montreal and I was dressed like a red demon and everything was normal. And then all of a sudden, I'm in front of David Dobrik and Jason Nash is asking me to improv in a coffee shop and there's no windows and there's a dog in the corner. And I don't know what the dog is doing. I don't know why the dog is there. Was that even there or did I hallucinate that? I don't know. I don't know where I am. There's a camera on me. This is the first time anyone has ever filmed me other than my friend Jonas, who holds my phone and texts while not paying attention. I don't know what is happening. I respond when he asks, what have you just ordered? I say, oh, I've ordered a large, complicated coffee drink, and I continue to spin around with the boa on my head. Jason Nash could obviously immediately tell that I have very little talent and skill, and so he thankfully ended the scene immediately. He's like, okay, that's great. To this day, I can't even fathom how I would have responded. I just don't have the chops. And I knew that going into it. I don't have the chops to be in the vlog squad. I don't know what chops exactly it takes, but I just know I don't have them. But I did prepare a pitch. Oh, Jason. I had a pitch ready for you, my sweet sir. And it went as follows. I said, Jason Nash, how many weird lesbians watch your videos? He said, I don't know, how many? And I said, not enough. That's where I come in. And then I did, this was the best part of the whole time. I did a little spin and a flourish. You know what I mean? I can't do it because I'm in a bathtub right now, but you can imagine it. I mean, that's impressive. I mean, that should have been my talent all along. I'm very good at flourishing. I felt that. I know everyone else felt that too. You don't even have to tell me. Anyways, he definitely felt the flourish. He was very nice. He said, oh, well, would you want to film while you're here? I said, yeah. He said, just DM me. I can confirm that I did DM him and never received a response, but that's neither here nor there. If I was him, I wouldn't have responded to me either. I did a horrible job. Other than that one flourish, it was cringy for one and all, and it's fine. I didn't know what was going on. I am a girl from Oakville, Ontario, who just wants to get in a tub and get weird. Jason did not respond to my DM, and rightly so. I think if he had responded, I would have lost respect for him. You know, I waddled out of there with my tail between my legs, but I was happy that I had this weird experience. I don't know why I had done it. I knew nothing would come from it, but sheer embarrassment on my part. I knew they would not like me. I knew I would not do well. I didn't film anything. I didn't tell a soul. I didn't make an Instagram story. I just did it because I was like, what are the chances? You know what I mean? I just wanted to like meet YouTubers that I had watched for a long time. That's so cool. This was like the first big trip that I've done by myself to another country where I'm like zooming on a plane by myself, you know what I mean? And I get there, I'm like, what are the chances? And it's just like having that feeling of like, who knows what could happen? And that was the feeling that I got when I saw that story. And that was the feeling even afterwards, even though it was like horrible. I was like, oh, it's so exciting. Like you never know what the world can hold. The world is your oyster if you believe it to be an oyster. Out of 99 turds, there will be one pearl, and you do it for the pearl. The hope of the pearl, never lose hope for the pearl. The hope of the pearl. Now comes the time where I gotta reveal who the person was, right? The person who went through the line, the person in the vlog squad who palpably hated me. This person is an integral part of the squad, and I'm scared to talk about it. I'm scared to say them, but here's the thing, man. Love over fear, you know what I mean? That's not tea, but you know what I mean. It's brown. It's brown. The person in the vlog squad who hates me is David Dobrik's ex. Wife, Lorraine Nash, Jason Nash's mom. It was unexpected. You know what I mean? Because, you'll watch the vlogs and what a wholesome, cozy woman. I understand the logic behind it. She had a task to do. She was doing her task. She didn't have time for my insufferable nonsense. Some people are gonna find you annoying, and I am annoying. And I'm surprised when anyone finds me not annoying. If I feel like someone dislikes me, I definitely have an urge to desperately try to win them over. Obviously, that is a even more unlikable quality. I think it's also human, to want to be liked and to want to win people over. It's also just a fun game. You know what I mean? If someone dislikes you, what can you do? How can you use your brain as though it's a chess match to observe them, figure out what they like, and use that intel to make them like you? It's a fun, evil, manipulative game. And it's one that my demon-like tendencies can easily fall into. In small doses, it's fine. To get by through life, it's fine. But also, this is a good opportunity to question that. If someone dislikes me, I just want to know why. I want to know why. Why do you dislike me? Why do I need to know why? Why do I need to know? I can assume why Lorraine Nash would hate me in that moment because my answer was highly annoying. And I didn't give her what she wanted. She wanted talent. That's not a talent. Being an insufferable fat lesbian is just a state of being that arguably requires no skill. Now you and I both know it requires a high level of skill. I don't know if Lorraine Nash still hates me. I don't know if the level of disdain that me and my small talk comrades felt in that moment was real. We felt it was, but was it? What I do know is that some people aren't going to like me. It's a simple statement to say, but one that I am not okay with on a level that I'm not fully ready to admit. But I want to work to be more okay with that. Some people aren't going to get me. Some people are going to be off-put by my energy. Some people will misinterpret how I feel I am. But the more I work on becoming confident and trusting myself, the less I'll care. Even making this video. This happened in February, and I've been too scared to even tell this arguably harmless story since then, because I was afraid of being misunderstood. But this story amuses me. And if I'm not amusing myself, then what's the point? Who am I trying to amuse? Who am I trying to win over? I don't want to worry about winning people over. I just want to amuse myself and, care about my opinion and my mom's. And my mom would be disappointed in me if I had piping hot gossip and I did not spill it. And I refuse to disappoint my mom.